One example of a project we did in class that incorporated both technology and hands-on in-person learning was a 3D topographical map. So it was a social studies project, and the standards were based around geography of the Hawaiian Islands and understanding topographical maps and how to read them, make them, and what they are. So to incorporate student voice, students were asked to rank their top 3 Hawaiian islands that they were interested in, that they would then become an expert on. So I then took their top 3 choices and put them into groups of 2 or 3 students to work together. They then used the computer or their textbook or other books to do research on their island. They completed a hands-on assignment with certain prompts and certain information or facts they were to find or fill in. Then they were to create a 3D topographical map based on their research. So what they learned about their island, how many mountains it had, how many cities, major cities, any rivers or significant beaches or places of interest. They were then to turn their research into a 3D topographical map using salt dough, and then paint and toothpicks and flags to label different places. So this was a great way for them to collaborate, to practice engineering and building. Because they were working in groups, they were able to be community contributors, working through problems, working together, communicating throughout the building process of their maps. They had a success criteria that they had to follow as they were building. They had to include so many cities, so many mountains. They had to include the topographical different elevations and show the different sea levels of their island. They then, once their map was completed, they then needed to teach their class about their island, because not everybody was an expert at all 8 Hawaiian islands. So the 8 groups then needed to create something to display their island, to teach their island. So they had 2 options. They got to choose from either creating a Google slideshow or a video. So we use WeVideo. I believe it's a free program that the students can access. And it's like iMovie. They can edit and create videos and take pre-made clips or film their own clips and put in text and audio and all of that. So they could either make a Google slideshow or a video to teach their classmates about their island. Again, they were working in groups to create this. So after they created the videos or the slideshows, they were then asked to present their map, hold up their map so their classmates could see it, and present their video or slideshow. So after using the technology to create these things, they were then asked to give a formal presentation and practice their listening and speaking skills by presenting their video or their slideshow. So once they used the technology, they still use their social skills and their listening and speaking to present it. The class would either watch their video or they would present their slideshow, and then they were instructed to ask for questions, have their classmates raise their hand and ask questions, because the classmates, while they were presenting, were taking notes and learning and adding to their knowledge of the different islands. So they really needed to be experts on those islands so that they could answer their classmates' questions. So as you can see, they kind of went back and forth, a little bit of technology, a little bit of hands-on learning, building, engineering, a little bit of technology, research, a little bit of hands-on learning by having classroom discussions and answering questions of their classmates and listening and speaking and standing up and presenting what they use technology to create. So it was a really great project. The students really enjoyed it, and they easily went back and forth between the technology and the paper pencil work or the building work. They oftentimes asked, can I look that up on my computer? Or can I use my computer to look that up? Yeah, and yes, go for it. So the technology is not just giving them the answers or something that they're looking at and copying straight from. They're using it as a tool to enhance their research, to enhance their learning, and enhance their knowledge.